Sensitivity is intelligence. Sensitivity is intelligence. With grace and skill, you have abundance. Welcome to the Psychic Hour. Host Kelly Brickle is a psychic medium, numerologist, healer, and teacher. Her passions are learning about the soul and energy. Whether through spirit, emotion, or vibrational numbers, there is always a pathway of information waiting to help. Now, here is your host of the Psychic Hour, Kelly Brickle.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Psychic Hour. And I have Debbie Romero with me right out of the gate. Hello.
Hello, my girl. Hey, everybody. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Isabel. So nice to be here. It's always an honor to be back on your show, Kelly. Thank you for having me as a guest with you.
Absolutely. It's always lovely to have you. You are a friend of the show, and we are going to be talking about so many things. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. That is tomorrow for those who celebrate that. And we're welcoming the holidays coming on in, like with next month. I mean, this is the holiday season. Everything is hustling and bustling. Families, loved ones, celebrations. It's getting busy. It's getting really busy. Yes. I want to make sure, since you are my lovely guest, Debbie, that everybody knows who you are. For those who've seen Debbie before or are just getting to know her through this episode, Debbie Romero is an international evidential medium, host of the Spiritual Psychics TV show, and the Things Network, and the podcast Transcend with Debbie. She holds space collectively, felicitating spirit circles and classes to bring forward presence, healing, memories, and symbols that life is eternal. Debbie believes a soul-to-soul connection is one of the most precious gifts one can receive. She regularly demonstrates with Platform Mediumship, as well as teaches others around the world. Teaching has brought Debbie great joy of witnessing the transformations and miracles of her students within this work. Thank you, Debbie. And I want to make sure I said again, yes, she has a show with Spiritual Psychics, the TV show, and Things Network. So she's a busy, busy lady. You can catch her on many different platforms, as well as her Facebook group, where she always has postings and events. You always have something in the mix, Debbie.
I try to do my best to be a service to spirit in the community. And so it's been a huge honor to be able to just show up and just like, let's go, let's hook it up. Right. So thank you, Kelly, for that intro.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's your energy. You're like, let's go. Let's go. Let's make it happen. We're here.
Right.
With the holidays and everything going on, how do you like maintain your energy, and how do you find yourself reflecting on spirit? Because the time of year is different. People are needing and wanting different things. How are you experiencing it?
You know, for me, thank you, one, for asking. I feel like we all manage from different places of where our awareness is in situations. This is my first Thanksgiving without my mom, and so I'm in a little bit of a grief, right? And so I know she's with me, and I can feel that love, and so I want to keep it in a very light, gentle, non-stressful way, where either I'm going to order something or go to the movies or just do something that I'm not going to be cooking and doing so much in the household. So for me, I just want to keep it as simple as I can, but also celebrating the little moments that I have. So I find that many of us, I know, we've had the big families and trying to get together, phone calls, who's coming who, and who's bringing what, and what time are we meeting. And I really think it's just important to sit with self and say, okay, I may be late. Be okay with being late. Be okay with, I'm not ready. Or like, I know that's your time. So if you know their personalities, you got to be on time. But then get ready and be respectful to that person. But honor yourself. Don't try to push through other people's intents, and just honor where you are at that exact moment and be gentle with yourself, because, you matter. It's important to take care of what you're feeling as an individual. So for me, I want to keep it simple, keep it light, and just keep it as gentle as I can for myself. And that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. There's just so much going on. And, the spirit world just wants us to celebrate the time that we have with
Right,
each other. And we make sometimes, because sometimes we just feel this way. We don't mean to, but we make the holidays so stressful. And really, it's
right.
like, who cares about the food at the end? The food's great, don't get me wrong. But like,
Yeah,
who cares about the food? Who cares about this or that or the presents, or just be with each other and try to be present and see if there's like appreciation and gratitude in that moment, and help cultivate that for yourself. And if there's blockages in that, I think like the spirit world just wants us to be aware of where's the healing, where's the
right.
healing, where's the love. And
Mhm.
sometimes I know, when with I'm with family or friends, sometimes I go, oh wait, like what am I still healing within me, and
Right,
how can I show up? How can I
right,
show up and just let go of what is with me, even if it's something regarding the people around me, or if it's just like something that I brought to the gathering because it was heavy on my heart or heavy on my
right.
soul,
Right. I
right?
think I think it's really about doing things out of love, Try not to put too much pressure on yourself, but always do it out of the kindness of your heart. And if you're always leading from that heart space, whether you're cooking from, some that special dish, and there's that love that goes into that dish, and there's that energy that goes into that. And so when you're in that space of that mind frame of like, okay, this is my specialty, let me hook it up, and with that, it's going to be felt as that person eats those those things that you bring forward, and the blessings and the prayers that go into that, the energy, the time. Really be mindful as what from the moment you get up, if you're preparing today, or from later on in the evening. I know it's time, it's consuming, it's your energy. And so if you do get moody or you do get tired, give yourself a break. Put your feet up. Say, I'm my feet will tell me, girl, sit down. And trust me, I will sit down. So I think it's important that you honor and listen to your body, listen to yourself. It's talking to you. Be respectful with all of that, and the time and the energy that you're putting into the day of whatever you're cooking or how you're managing the moment. So, yeah.
So I want to say hi, and it's important to take it easy. That's what we're talking about. Just everybody take it
Yeah.
easy. The year is going so quick. Just just take it in stride. We're all doing the best we can. I think that's
Right.
really important always to promote. It's like we're doing the best we can. We're all human. Just kind of laugh at what we can't control, and
Right.
try to just honor it at the same time. Have that levity, but have that care, because
Right.
it does all matter, but at the same time, it's gonna be okay.
Right. And then it's hard too, because different everyone has a different personality. So you have those aunties that'll be like, get out of the way, let me do it because you ain't gonna do it right. And you back
Oh,
it up
yeah.
and let the auntie do it, and then you have those ones where like, let me see what you're doing. And so just kind of be mindful of the space and where you're inserting your energy. That's it. Keep it cool and keep it kind, and can't go wrong.
No, no, exactly, and one day at a time, one holiday at a time, we're taking our
Right. One holiday
time.
at a time, y'all. One holiday at a time. And speaking of holidays, like you and I, we're going to be having this event on together in person. We get to see each other
Yes.
again. I know my girl Jennifer Rose is coming. And so I know Stacia got, I know all kinds of friends that are already be like, I'm going to be there. And so, like, one holiday at a time. That day is very special to me, Kelly, and we talked about it briefly when we were planning this. And it's the day after my mom's birthday, and so today my mom is clearly present with me, and I love how this is just orchestrated by spirit, and how it's the next day. So that weekend, I get to be in a different county, a different place, and different, just enjoying something new. And so I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm really, really excited to connect.
It's a weekend celebrating your mom and your growth, because when we're healing, we're just like, okay, how can I open up? How can I share my heart? How can I just continue to live life and honor what life is. And so I think that's beautiful that you're like, let's do that week. Let's do that week.
Yeah, like why would I not, right? So like I took I know for those who know me, I've taken some time off from certain things that I've been doing to allow my energy to build up and get ready for the new year and these new holidays that are coming. I'm taking some rest, And
Good.
as my girl Jennifer Rose, I want to say hello, Jennifer. My soul sister's in here, and she's coming
Hi,
out
Jennifer.
to meet us. And I'm gonna have her little chair set up right in the front, Jennifer Rose, so she can have front row seat as we flow in our love and passion. Because Kelly, this is what it's about: being a service to spirit and to the community, and taking that to the next level with you. I'm just honored and grateful for the opportunity. So thank you for including me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. For anyone, yes, who is learning about the event, it is going to be an evening with Spirit, a psychic mediumship gallery event, and it's going to be with Debbie and myself on December 16th at 7 p.m. And that is going to be in Orange County, in Tustin at the Sanctuary Wellness Center. And so you can find tickets on my site. They're going to be up on Debbie's site too. We're getting it all out. We're getting it all out.
Right.
But that's where you can pay. There is a link, and the sanctuary will be having things up too if you want to get tickets through them as well. So that is going to be all coordinated. Come and find us, find the event, and be a part of it if that floats your boat. For the holidays, we are happy to deliver messages to you. It's going to be a great night. It really is. It's going to be full of just mutual respect and love with what I have for Debbie, for sure, and just love from the spirit world. And you never know what's going to happen. You really don't. You just show up and you have fun and you have gratitude.
Right, most definitely. And that weekend couldn't be more perfect, And then we have the holidays coming shortly after that, so it's a huge honor. I'm really excited to just kind of go around the town and see what's out there, and just hook it up afterwards and meet everybody in person and just hold space. So I'm really, really excited. Spirit's like, okay, girl, this is they already had me shopping. I got a cute little Santa Claus shirt, and I was like, I must have like this spirit team that comes in with wardrobe, like a total fashionista in spirit, because I'm like, I have to have this with this jacket, and they're showing me. And I remember walking by, and I was talking to Jen. I was like, Jen, they were telling me I needed this outfit, but I didn't buy it. In the spirit world, I was hearing from spirit, why didn't you buy that jumpsuit? Like, why didn't you? I'm just like, well, if it's meant to be, I'll come back for it, spirit. I gotta come. They're like, you'll be fine. I'm balancing my budget. It's budget. We're all in a budget. I'm watching my money, and so I'm like, well, I'll buy this today, but so it won't look like I spent too much at once, and then I'll come back again for this one. So it was cool. It was cute. So I got a cute little shirt and a little jacket ready to go to rock it, girl. So I'm excited.
I'm excited. Are you gonna wear the Santa shirt? Are you?
So I got a shirt that says, it's a red shirt. It says Believe, and it has a little Santa Claus hat on it. So it's like super cute. And they're showing me like, today I wear my red lipstick. They're like, you're going to wear your red lipstick. So it hasn't even happened yet. And I'm already like visualizing. So here you all go. Manifestation in full effect right here. You're watching me be there. You're watching me put my lipstick on. I got the wardrobe ready. It's like, you got to put it all together so it could be popping all at one time. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Did you manage? Oh, hey, Paul. Yes, I haven't had a chance. I'm so sorry. I've been so busy. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah.
You're going to have to tell me about that, too. I want to say, so hello, Paul. Right. Hello, Jenny. Hello, Jennifer, Isabel, Nina, Fran, Jesse, Cara, Erica, everybody in here. Hello. Tina, hello. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Everyone in America giving us a shout out. We give a shout out back to you. Happy Thanksgiving. No, that's very true, Debbie. That's very true. So like, I don't know how always it comes. Well, it's from spirit. It's from spirit and foresight and stuff like that. But I will visualize myself too, like, okay, what am I going to wear? What am I going to wear for the event? Maybe, or what's the event going to look like? And all of a sudden I'll see myself wearing a certain outfit and I'll be like, "Oh, I guess I'm wearing like white or blue or whatever." And then coming up to the event, I'll go like, "Well, you know what? This seems cuter." But then I'll always default to what I saw in my vision because for whatever reason, that's what feels right.
Right. And that's the key. Has to feel right. You have to feel in the flow. It's all like a line. It's when you're in that flow of like excitement and joy, and it's like coming together, and then boom, you message me and it's like, yeah girl, I'm excited. So the energy gets sparked into that collective, and it's like, okay, it's like that's where the magic starts to unfold. You were out in Washington, you weren't even in the States, and I was feeling my, like, I woke up and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna start. I'm gonna get my shirt. I'm messaging Jennifer. Melinda's already been like, yeah, from the Orange County, my Orange County girls are coming. And then you message me, Debbie, I'm feeling this. And that's right, because the magic of the thought created that wonderful goodness and sweetness in the universe to be like, come see Kelly, Spirit, and Debbie. So, like, why not, right? Like, come on, y'all. This is so
It's
cool.
in the ethers. It's in the ethers. And it's just like I can feel Jennifer there. Jennifer, you gotta come up and do some spirit messages with us. It's just like all the things are in the atmosphere. And sometimes people wonder, like, well, how do you see the future? And how do these things happen? Or how can you connect to other people's energy and know what's gonna happen? And it's just some of these things are lined up with intention or ability, or think about it. There's some things where you as a person, like Kelly, Debbie, just anyone who they wake up the next morning, let's say, and they're like, how's life going to go? And there's certain skills we have we do not have to prepare for. There's certain skills that we have that we just naturally know what to do. There's certain skills that we have where things just flow, and we wonder, well, that went well, but it was like it was already lined up. And there's some things within our energy and our future that are already lined up. Free will is always existent. I do feel of
Right.
how exactly it will go, but you sometimes are already connected to, yes, I'm going to this school, or sometimes I'm going to this event, or I'm going to wear this on this day. The energy is already like preloaded. It's kind of funny like that.
Right. Yeah, isn't that cool though that we all can get that little spark that ignites within us to get us to move, to be part of, to experience. And so you're also playing a role in that manifestation with your emotions. Like, let it build up, let the excitement, roar and fill into it, and just be like, yeah, that's happening. And then see yourself, because you're creating an impression of yourself right in the situation. So visualizing puts your energy right in that exact moment and in that exact spot. I remember doing a manifestation, or not even a manifestation meditation, but I remember doing a meditation into a journey of what you wanted. And it was like your path opened up, and it was like, oh, here's a harder path. And the energy was a little heavier. And then, what do you go through here? And when you go through this door? And so I remember putting myself on the stage, and I remember seeing the people in the audience, and like, I'm going to do the platform, or like you visualize it. Where are you going to do it? And really bring that energy forward into that specific space, like you're gonna do that remote viewing, boom, I'm in there, like, let's go. So it's really cool.
There's a reason why people do visualize their successes, and then there's like the energetic nature of it. So I know I'm trying to like visualize. I'm a very visual person, but I haven't been visualizing things as much lately. I just kind of like wait for them to smack me over the head. So I'm like, oh, look, like that was the energy. Like, I'm not trying to create it. That's the energy. But I do think it's helpful when we like show up and go, this is where I am. I know my energy, what happens with my energy too. I think it's important to have the interaction of our personal awareness as well as what meets us. So what I'm trying to say is, so back in the day, I would like visualize, and I would kind of like visualize people around me, like, okay, I'm just going to visualize my friend right now and my relationship to their energy. So if I stand energetically next to my friend, this would be my eyes closed, okay? If I stand energetically next to my friend, what happens? Or if I hug my friend in a certain way to offer them support, what happens? And so energetically, it would just respond. Like sometimes my, one friend might push the hug away. Another friend like really needs the hug. I'm like, I didn't expect
Right.
them to need the hug that much. another friend hugs me in a certain way where they're vulnerable. Another friend hugs me in a certain way where they're unsure about, being so vulnerable. So it would let me know energetically what they needed or what was going on with the dynamic. And it wasn't a thinking thing, it was just a what comes forward thing. And so play around, right, with manifesting, but also be a receiver for what your energy or what other people's energy is naturally doing around you, and let it spill.
Right. That's a very great example of when someone is also manifesting their impressions into your energetic field, because sometimes you don't always understand it or it could be misinterpreted. And so this is also where the psychic energy plays, right? It's like, oh, well,
Yes.
that was interesting. My friend is thinking of me, or oh, I feel that. And so, okay, so what does that mean? It's just bringing that awareness closer to you. The more you're connected to certain people and the more you're working with them, you can feel into the impressions of the energies. And so it's a beautiful gift that we can fill into from for the love of one another. And so if you can come into that mind frame of like, oh wow, that was cool, like you're thinking of me and I'm thinking of you, and with hope, with that little hope that they're feeling that same spark of like, I'm thinking of you too. And so I love that you say that, Kelly.
Yeah, and I think it's important to be receptive to the impressions, because I loved what you said. Everyone has certain impressions of you that you don't quite know, because it's not like we're always sharing our thoughts. Even if we are very comfortable with a person, we're not always sharing our thoughts with them. We're not
Right.
always sharing our feelings, and to have that place of receptivity for the energy being shared, because yeah, like, it's going to increase the likelihood of all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's randomly going on with this person, or this person's thinking of me. And
Right.
that sounds so funny to say it out loud sometimes, but yeah, like the people who love and care for you, or even people who are just randomly processing memories with you from 10
Right.
years ago, all of a
Right.
sudden you're like, why am I thinking about so and so? And I
Yes.
hope they're doing okay. Or you'll just get,
Exactly. But
yeah.
and this is where I woke up to this feeling of thoughts, right? We all have so many thoughts and how they manifest and how they come into fruition of our desires of what we're wanting. And we're all so in tuned and so sensitive to that. It's really important as we as because we're open, we can feel into those emotions that come with those thoughts. And sometimes we can have some that are just not so cool. And so when we're in a rush, like, oh, get out of my way, or oh, you're in this line, and we just get that moodiness, that energy is also felt. And so when we are speaking of these holidays, and I've been trying to do this reset after like 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock during my day. I said, okay, pause and reset, come back to the heart, take some breaths, breathe in the energy, and just kind of be in the moment of gratitude and just allow myself to bring the awareness back to self so that I'm not caught up in the day of, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and I gotta do that, because it's about me. If my reaction to a thought and emotion is offensive or bothersome, then I'm not grounded enough to take the hit of that thought. So it's also, for me, what I've been doing is reset. Let's reset, everybody. Let's take a minute. Let's come into our space and take that breath and let the energy just kind of back into the earth so I can be me. Because we are getting the thoughts, we are getting the feelings, we are getting the emotions. I'm a very open channel. I don't know about you, Kelly, but I'm a very open channel when it comes to energy. And so I try to keep my energy where I know it's me, like this is me, these are my feelings, these are my thoughts. And sometimes we can push those awarenesses out of our energy field so that it's not overwhelming. And so it's an exercise of getting to know who you are as an individual is so important. Bringing the energy back to you and what you need.
Yeah. It's cool if we're getting impressions or information, and we're going into it to a capacity where we understand it. Because sometimes we just get feelings, and we're like, "Where is that coming from?" But so that's
Yes.
nice. But we do have to return to our energy, because then it does. I feel like it gets messy when sometimes we're like, I'm feeling this, or all of a sudden my energy is really open, and I get overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed, and then it's just like I can't do the laundry or wash the dishes because I'm just with spirit.
I love
I gotta
spirit.
ground. I gotta ground. I gotta make sure my house is clean. I gotta ground. Make sure I go to the grocery store and the bank.
So you're saying all the human things that we have to do in life. It's like we gotta
Yeah,
do.
well,
We
I
got,
started
but
getting
that,
really spacey. I
but
started getting
really,
way too spacey.
I remember asking that to one of my mentors, and I said, she is very open and she's working for the world. She's doing all these massive things and amazing things. And I know, I said, how do you manage the energy of everything that you're dealing with? And she's like, you wash the dishes. And I was like,
Oh yeah.
oh, you mean I got to do a human thing or do a puzzle or go for a walk and take your mind out of the spirit world and be present? And so that was a gift that she gave me, to be present, to do the laundry. Well, I still don't do the laundry, but that was a gift that I know I have to do. I have so much laundry.
But that's the thing. Yes, you do very physical things. I agree. But it's like sometimes I will be, because you have to have these grounding things like embedded within you, because my brain will be like, oh, all of a sudden I have a great idea, right? And like I can write this down, or like I have to do. And it's just my brain will be in la mode. So it's like my brain won't even be like, to ground, just go for a walk. To ground, just do the dishes. But as soon as I actually ground, I go, oh yeah, just do all this stuff.
Right.
Right? Because it's like,
right. Do you do that? Do you kind of get like a download when you're in that? Oh, so look at you go, girl. You're in your creative flow. Good for you.
yeah,
I know,
I
like,
get a lot of.
and so how do you manage that? What do you do for yourself that you allow yourself to kind of reset and reground?
Going for a walk, that's like something that's more embedded, that I can just go out there, it will help. But sometimes the walk will like stimulate things too. I have a very active brain.
Yes, girl.
I have a very active brain. So I think having a shower actually midday every once in a while, the water, I don't know why it does it so much, because of course you're releasing energy, but the water energy will like dampen and bring me down, and I will just be like, I'm in myself again. So or like salt water, like soaking my feet, that will actually hold me down. So water is really, really helpful for me to actually feel like myself again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's important. If I can, because sometimes, like I said, my mind is so just overactive. I'll be like, sit in the middle of the floor. This is my office area. I'll be like, sit in the middle of my floor, or I'll do it when I'm over at my physical office at the sanctuary. And I'll be like, just sit down for 5 minutes. Right? And like that will ground me, but also that could actually get me more stimulated too. So I do have to have discipline and mental control to actually ground myself, because my mind will be like, honestly, I could paint out the rest of the year like in 10 minutes if I've just like, it's like I'm open. I could do this and I could do that and that I could do that.
Oh,
You know what
I
I
love
mean?
that. I love that. But then this is going, and I'm hearing, I got a subtle feeling of like accepting who you are. And maybe we think we're not grounded, but we are grounded. So we're assuming that we're not, but we are. It's just so.
Well, it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both.
What if you're already grounded and you're just thinking you're not, because you've already done the walking, you've already made the intent, you've already brought your energy in, and just saying, hey, this is my personality. This is just how I am.
This is how I am, but then away I go again. So then I need a little bit, or sometimes I don't remember to do that until after I'm already open to ground myself. So you know what I mean? It's the order in which we do things.
I'm just messing with you, Kelly. I can't help it. It's who I am. So look at, I love someone saying, can I have a reading, please? And marijuana. What do you want? Wants to know.
Hey, it's getting loopy in here.
Way to take us out of that. Are we grounded? Are we not grounded? Just, I really love working with you, and you're always bringing some amazing topics to the forefront. And so it's just giggles. I'm just being a little giggly because we often put too much thought in it too. So you have to say balance. The key word is balance. And so, one of my students taught about, just imagine a circle around you and you're in the middle, and then you're just asking for that harmony and balance. And so just being the intent, stomping your feet, I'm grounded, bringing awareness to your physical body. Wear the color red. I was told to put a red blanket on behind me because
Ooh,
I'm
I
bringing
like
the
it.
color red, the influence
I
of the
rock.
colors.
The red is important.
Yes, the red lipstick. So obviously you see Debbie, she likes to be, but I'm also, I'm present. So it's important, just to really give ourselves that opportunity to say, okay, I see you. I'm present, girl. I got you. And so let's do some readings. Yeah, Cal? Let's do
Yeah.
some readings.
Let's do some readings. I want to say hello to people who came in prior. So there was a lot of Facebook users where we're seeing hearts and hellos from people,
Oh,
and we
yeah.
just can't see your name, but we want to acknowledge you. And then Stacia, and Jessie Cat, yeah, Yvonne or Yvonne, Aspen had a question too. Do you want to take that before we go into readings?
Sure. I did share it. So it is on my page. So I have it going on my Facebook page, and I have it going on my YouTube page. So that's probably the ones that are. So it's Lisa Pullen's here. Lindsay Liz is here. Janelle is here. So for those that are following my personal page, if you could put your name because it doesn't pop it, because Callie's live
Janelle.
is going through YouTube. Selena, thank you for being here. So yeah, I'm down. What's the question? And Neva, thank you. Erica, thank you. What's the question that they have?
The question is, how does that work? So we were talking about receiving impressions.
Okay.
So Aspen is wondering, how does it work if we are in a state of mind thinking of past events like that based on energy? Does it affect the person in this physical world mentally? So when we're thinking about somebody from the past and we're having impressions of them, do our thoughts then affect them, like physically and mentally? And did they start receiving impressions, or did they start getting anything additionally? I think that's what she's
Great
asking.
question, Aspen. So the higher self is talking to another person's higher self. They may not be in
Mhm.
tune to the connection, but awareness may start to come into their the energy may come into their awareness where they're like, well, that was weird. But they may not fully understand what they're feeling until it like processes, and then it kind of goes through it. So sometimes, depending on the level of the awareness, yes, some people have that telepathic psychic connection, and Callie has it. When I thought of her, she feels it, or like when we're connecting, she's super in tune. I have a lot of friends who be like, girl, I got this and this and this, and I was thinking of you. I was like, dang, get out of my head, girl. Like, come on. Like, that's wrong, So yeah, you do have people that are so telepathically connected to you that you're just like, you ain't got no secret.
All of a sudden I'm flashed with, I think I know what you're talking about. So go ahead. Sorry. I just got flashed something. Okay.
So it's like secrets with some of your friends that are open channels. And so I'm like, girl, what up, girl? Back it up, girl.
Oh, you got me blushing now. So that's hilarious.
So it's super cute. So yes, Aspen, depending on the awareness of the other person in their energy field, yes, they will have, if you're open and your higher self is connected and their higher self is connected, the energy will be felt. It may take a minute depending on their awareness of what they have like going on throughout their day. If they're working, if they're busy, or they're in some type of situation where their mind is not focused on the energy, but then later on they'll feel into it. Everything holds energy. Your auric field holds it, your memories, your past, your present, your future. As you think of your past, it's just a subtle awareness leaving, and you don't have to give it a story or judgment. Just let the energy pass through your awareness and say, oh, well, that happened, thank you.
Yeah. I think that the energy of it sometimes is so subtle that you are aware of part of it. And you just grab on sometimes to whatever you are feeling or seeing or even hearing. Sometimes we just hear a person's name and we're like, why would I think? Right? It can be literally anything and everything, how you get the impression. And I mean, there's been times where I've been aware of someone thinking about me, and like again, like 10 years ago, right? There's a lot, but I'm aware of the name, I'm aware of the
Right.
feeling, I'm aware of the person.
Me
I'm like,
too.
why are they thinking about me so much? And then I shake it off because I'm like, am I thinking about them too? Because you have always that feeling of, if you're questioning, am I doing the thinking? Am I doing the feeling? And you're just like, am I crazy?
Mm,
That's usually because their energy is hitting you and you're asking yourself if you're crazy because you're like, well, this doesn't quite feel like me, but it sounds like me. Um, like it has all the signs that it might be me because it's in my head, right? And I'm
mhm.
experiencing it. So it's gonna make you question it. So if you find yourself questioning, this is weird, even though, am I doing this? That means probably they're sending you the energy. It's just so subtle you can't distinguish that. So, yeah, I've had situations where I'm just like, whoa, why are they? Why are they? And then I have something that happens maybe later, like something a year later that I figure out, oh, that's why they were processing that. And that's why they were thinking of me at that time. Because I'll see some evidence later or I'll understand a
Right.
timeline or something, right?
Right.
Um, or sometimes if you just have that telepathic connection because you are really close with somebody, you're gonna be like, I think they're thinking about me right now. I think they're thinking about me right now.
Isn't that
And
cute
there's
though, to have that one special person that you can come that can think of you in that gentle way, and you can hold space for that energy of whatever it is, even if you don't understand it. Like there's that bond that you have that you can get that. Like my friend, like she's my girl, and she'd be like knowing I've got two friends that can do that with me, and I've had friends that can do that for me, and they're both like just hold space in such a beautiful way for my spirit, and I just say thank you, because that's a gift from spirit giving it to them as a download. Like there's obviously a reason they received it, to acknowledge it and to feel into it for me, because they are also sensitive, and we're all just doing our part to hold in that light for spirit and for love and light.
It's very true. And I loved what Debbie said earlier about it's our higher selves talking to one another, because what I've experienced um, over many years with different souls. And again, I could have not talked to them for a year, 2 years, or I could have talked to them just the other week, right? Um, the ones that I feel like, oh my gosh, I feel like, something just good happened or something bad happened, it's usually the high majority is because they're a very spiritual person too.
Right.
And
Right.
it's like you can just feel them and hear them like more clearly because the way that they operate, they're more aware of themselves.
Right. But that is like such a beautiful gift. And so how you interpret that, it's not that um how do sometimes I had a friend or had acquaintances where they can totally get all my download of my day and all of that stuff. It's just congratulations, you're psychic. I'm your friend, you know that you're filling into this. That's awesome. Like celebrate that. Like you are getting the downloads and the data of all the energy. And so this goes back to some people saying, I feel so much. I can't. So, how do you help someone in that state when they're constantly feeling all the thoughts and the emotions and the feelings? Grounding, bubbling the energy until you learn to develop a perfect rhythm that feels right for you and how spirit is communicating with you on an individual level. It's all part of the growth, it's all part of the experience, it's all part of your awakening of connecting and bringing in that forth, the understanding of how they're connecting to you and working with you. So it's a gift. So be
It's a
gentle
gift.
when you're in that place.
It's a gift. And the final thing I'll say in it, because it's like it's coming to me like for inspiration to help others understand how to work with this, is if you're like not comfortable or confused by it's like, why am I thinking these things, and you don't have somebody that you can instantly just like text or call and be like, why did I get this, right? Tell me what this is. That's fun. um but if you're like, it's important to, Debbie was talking about ground, right? And clear, and like just get that out of your energy. And if the person is routinely thinking of you, as soon as you let it go or clear your energy, you'll probably feel it coming back. You'll be like, "Whoa, I just maintained my energy. I have mastery of my energy, and I've just let it go, and now it's returned." That is evidence for me that this is not me. 'Cause I feel like how it's coming my way again. So it's important to understand how it comes your way, and you have to, like, neutralize yourself, clear, and let go of things to understand kind of what direction they're coming from or how they're coming in. Because you're like, "Wow, this is continual." Because it might be a one and done, you're thinking about a person, but some people will continually just beam, 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 and you'll be like,
Right.
"Oh, okay, alright," and yeah, so I
So
love it, like oh,
even
go ahead.
even calling the person, be like, "Oh, girl, I just out you thinking, what's going on?" That'll move the energy. It'll push the awareness and it'll push the energy for it to unfold. Or if you, it's just kind of spirit saying, make a phone call, get a connection, call them up, say what's up, or say a prayer. You don't even know what's happening. You can't understand the full story of it. Just say, God, I feel this person, send it love and light, and send it to, just hand it over to surrender it to the earth or to your angels or to your higher self or to that collective of God, Christ, conscious energy. Like, just send it out with love. However you feel that it's going to move it where it's not disturbing you. But sometimes it's a beautiful thing. It's a conversation with you and the universe. Welcome it and say, "Oh, wow, that's cool. Thank you. I feel you. I see you." And give it acknowledgement. Give it love.
Yep, give it an acknowledgement. And, it could be like Stacia was saying, it could be something as beautiful and sacred as a mother and son bond. I think of him and he texts me, or he thinks of me and I call and text him. And that's real. That's
Right.
absolutely real. And you can even practice with your loved ones, like
Right.
with that.
Right. That's so cool.
Yeah. And then the last one, because a lot of people are very excited about this topic.
Let's
Um,
go.
right? When it's someone that I can't reach out to them, I say sending them love and light. Love and love.
Oh,
I can't light and love and wish them well. And that's so important.
that's what I
Sometimes you're
just
just
said.
like,
Yeah.
I can't connect with you. But let me just send you something good because you're sending me something good, or just sending me something. So let me just make this positive.
It's so
Um,
true. Because sometimes circumstances can be tough, or people have breakups, or people have, falling outs, and there's still that connection of that love. I see you, I feel you, I remember you. And then it's just, that's a beautiful way of saying, I wish you well. I'm sorry I can't reach out to you, but I wish you love and light. So that's a beautiful a way of putting it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would love to do a future show to talk about this in the dream realm. Because
Mm,
what you get in the dream realm, like you'll get a version of this too. You really
right.
will. Uh-huh.
So when you don't understand, you guys ready? Dun dun dun. Here's another level. When I don't understand what they're trying to say, I say, you'll have to show me in my dream. You'll have to tell me in another way. Please show me what you're saying. And so now you developed a way to understand for self and how the communicator is trying to get the message to you. And sometimes I wake up in the dream of what I'm getting and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, come on.
Now I want to know. You're like teasing it way too much. Like, I need to know these stories. What is waking you up in the middle of the night going, yeah? I don't know if I've ever had that experience. I've had that experience after I wake up, and I'm just
That
like,
was
that was
after,
awesome. But in the middle of
after
the
I
night,
wake
you're
up.
waking up mid-dream.
I was like, whoa, that happened. That is so cool. The spirit just giving me comfort and just giving me support. That's it. We all need support and that extra love and cariño. So I just, when that happens and I catch it and I'm in it, I'm like, oh, that was awesome. Yeah.
Then do you ever, so is this like one of those, I don't know if this is the same. I don't know if this is the same, but like when I've had moments like that where like spirit comes in and then I wake up right after, like my whole body is warm, like I received a healing.
Oh yes, I've been healing. I've been journeying. That astral travel where they say we be working in spirit world, girl. I've been in spirit
Yes,
world working, and,
yes,
and my mind will
yes,
be going and going and going, and then I promise you, I have like many chapters unfolding in my brain while I'm asleep.
yes. It's true. Sometimes yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, like, when I'm dreaming, there's my higher self. acknowledgement, and then there's
Yeah.
just this randomness too. I'm like, I don't think that was from my higher self.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's either way, it's still going. It's still pushing. It's
There's
still
different,
pushing.
right? There's so many, right.
It's still pushing, Right now, I just got the song Selena, because I'm dreaming of you tonight.
Till tomorrow, I'll be holding.
Okay, y'all. See, you can't get me as a guest because I just kind of go.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm embracing it. It's so the conversation's good. People are talking about dreams seem to come to me often, and they are off, but I'm gonna put this up on screen. Dreams seem to come to me often, and they are off, but I can call the person they make,
Right.
and it makes sense. Yes.
Exactly. That is exactly Janelle. This is Janelle, and she'll do that to me. She's like, I was having this feeling, and I'm like, yeah, girl, that's right. You're psychic. So this is now dreaming and premonitions in a dream. Now,
Yes.
I know you said we would do another show on this, but someone here definitely enfolded this conversation.
We could. Oh, I have the craziest dreams. Debbie. And there's periods where I don't really have them. But yeah, like I get some with people, I get premonition dreams, or like I'll see them in my dream the next day, they'll call me, right? You know what I mean? And it's like the dreams are the connector to what's going to happen, or the sharing of energies that people won't talk about in the waking world.
Right. And I remember working with a girl named Jessica, and she was all about the spiritual of like your dreams and what they mean, and when you're picking up different things, and she just could break it down, even down to what you're eating, mapping the energy of where it's associated to the root cause of it, like all of that. She was really, really cool. I would love to connect to her again. She's an amazing person. Thank you, Jessica Cat. We had a little Venus rising there. She was rising.
Like, that's such a cool name. Then I'm just like, what they're doing is not cool. Yeah, people soliciting, trying to. Sometimes that happens on this show. Watch out, people kind of will try to contact people for readings. So just heads up. But wow, that's very specific.
Very
what
detailed.
She can do. Wow.
Yeah, she's an energy worker. She's also, she can do the dreams, break it down. She's a nutritionist, and she's really, really super cool. Dreams, but learned that they're showing me happening. Yeah, Melinda, definitely, for sure. Definitely 100%. And when those are, have you ever had them where you're just like getting this collective message, and you kind of wake up to the feeling, and you're like traveling through the events in time? And so many of us are holding space for that light, for events that we don't even know that are happening, because we're that healer within us are holding space for what's happening collective. And so there's a lot of things that we do in our sleep. So yeah, let's do some readings, Yvonne. What do you say? Because girl, this conversation.
Let's do some readings. I know. I'm just I'm gonna segue into reading. So someone was talking about, I keep dreaming of an ex-friend. She took advantage of me, so I blocked her. Why am I dreaming about her? This is an
ex-friend. Okay, so let's say again, you obviously were friends. Obviously there was love, and obviously there's still, if it was left in an unsaid word, if I'm channeling in here, clearly you were close, you're intuitive, this person's sensitive, and so that gives you that extra connection of like, I see you. Spirit is acknowledging you out of love. And sometimes if it's mistaken incorrectly with the energy in a negative way, then you go back to yourself and say, why is this making me uncomfortable? And it's giving you that opportunity or that lesson to sit with that in a different way, to grow from it, from love. Give it love. As the last person said, send it off, wish them well with love and light. So not all the time do we need to have the story behind it, but just wish them love and light. So I hope that makes sense. So everything starts from love. You were friends, there was love, and then it changes,
Yeah, and I think so. This is a little bit about this is a little bit of a reading segue, but also just an energy talk too. But when we connect to a person, we share energy, like we have cords, and we're kind of always connected. And I think that if a part of your soul or a part of her soul is rectifying the relationship, because if someone has wronged you, it might be years down the road, but they will start going, this is the type of person I am, or I miss some of the times that I had with people that I've really truly was close to. And
Right.
so even though there's no connection or communication that it seems like is there, that's being kicked up and you're feeling that. And so if you're dreaming about her a lot, it's because she's thinking about you and she's processing things. She's
Right.
processing things. And I think, she's going through a lot of change and it's uncomfortable for her. And she's kind of just swirling the mix. And when someone is going through things too as well that we care for, and this is what I'm feeling like energetically for you, like I feel like you really, really cared for your friend and you'd go over and above and beyond for your friend. So you're aware that your friend is kind of suffering and going through it and rectifying certain things. So a part of you is actually more open to her energy because you're like, are you okay? Are you
I
okay?
heard holding space, right? So I
Right.
got
The
the sense
holding
that they're holding
space
space
aspect,
because
right?
that means their person his this I say him, I don't know who this is, but their personality is very nourishing, very nurturing. It's like really soothing that person's spirit. So I can feel that into that. So I pull a card. Stay true to yourself. You know,
Mm.
stay true to yourself with that, and that's okay.
Yeah, I think it's okay that you're feeling those things. And sometimes, yes, we do hold space on the other side for people in our dreams or in our meditations. Even we'll be like, "Why is this person coming?" As I'm meditating, and it's just
Um,
like you get to choose if you want to let that go and come back into your own self.
yeah. Here's a card. Pay attention to your dreams.
Ah, see, I'm telling you, I couldn't let it go. I couldn't let it go.
Yeah, pay attention to your dreams, and don't let it consume you though, and don't look at it as a negative thing. I think a lot of times when the dreams are processing, it could be also them. I felt energy release, so it could be just releasing also too. So when one is healing, the energy processes and it has to move. So energy is moving. So trust that things are moving. There's no wrong in that. It's just acknowledging what exists and what has happened and what the experience was, and everyone is looking at it from a new fresh set of eyes, and just keep blessing it on its way. Don't look at it in a negative way. Bless it on its way. It's like grief. We're all healing. We're all working through it.
And I got goblins. And so this is the card about healing the ego. And
Yeah.
um, it's healing the ego from both sides. It's like what comes up within you or the other person initially of why this was a hurt, of why there was the original discord and how it's reverberating. And then
Mhm.
also, like, how are you gonna handle it coming up? Can you let it go? Or can you
Right.
heal? Or can you transform? What does it mean to you? And it's like the sad embrace. And so this acknowledgement of it's like, this isn't a situation that both of you necessarily would really want, but the energy is present of rectifying what once was in a way, and it's going to be on your own separate terms in your own separate way. So hold space for yourself first
Hmm.
and then just allow to come up what needs to come up, but stay in your own energy. I think that you pulled that card for the perfect reason, Debbie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I was given a beautiful gift by a man named Colin Walker, and he was showing me how to clear the energy within the thoughts, within the mind, right? So, for all of those that are in here, is if we allow the energy just to breathe in the white light, go into the third eye, and ask to dissolve any atoms or molecules, that dark molecules or atoms, because everything starts with a thought, right? And so, if you're in your mind and you're thinking, this is a beautiful exercise to clear the third eye in the mind. If we really believe that the minds, as we're connecting to minds of many minds of spirit world, this is allowing us to have that pure fine tuning of for self and for others. And so if we work on the mind and we work on the thoughts and we purify that energy, it gives that close bond that we're looking for, the solace of the truth of that white purity of I don't know why I want to say justice and love and humanity and for all. Like I'm just like channeling now, so I'm going to stop because I will go into it. But bring in that pureness, bring in that light. Yeah. So that's what I'm getting.
I think, you said justice for a reason. There's a reason why things didn't work out well and there wasn't much justice in it. And justice is an overseeing archetype going on with the world. So I think,
Right.
her energy was opening up some world energy for you, honestly. And I love how Jennifer Rose, she's talking about, yeah, we're just working out things within our dreams, unresolved issues, or spirit helping us to heal old situations.
I
Absolutely.
love
And I
that.
love this question too, because I think this is about like just training your energy. Someone was asking, is there training offered for dream tending? I have a lot of things come through with dreams. My friend always asks if I dream of them when they're stuck in life. It's a little overwhelming. Yeah, I dream about my friends when they're stuck in life. It very much happens. And yeah, it can be overwhelming. And certain people have different abilities in the dream world. Certain people are very premonition based, and it has nothing to do with personal. It's like their premonitions are world, right, channeled, and uh, it's sometimes not even just an emotional thing with what they get in the dream world. So many people have different abilities. Do you know anyone who specializes in dreams?
Yes,
They
Jessica Wilcock, I think it is. I don't know if I'm saying the last
will
name
talk.
wrong. Yeah, she trained with Allison Gannon. I know Andy Bean, and she is an amazing. I think she does also astrology, sound healer. But what I was gonna say, I don't know what this is. What they're saying here, but what I do know is that also too there are people that change the dreams while they're asleep, and sometimes
Mm,
the energy can be manipulated and
lucid
changed.
dreaming.
Yeah,
That's what
so
it's
there's
called.
different states of it, and obviously I'm not trained in this. We all go through it, and I think this is the lesson: is that when spirit is working with you and we're healing and we're going through this situation, it gives us the opportunity to let the energy pass. And sometimes we don't even have to understand what it means; it is just moving. And I think that's what's important, is to understand the energy is moving. Maybe not all the time are we going to have the full detail of all of it or understand all of it, but at the same time, whatever you got is what you needed, because that's an impression that's being brought to you. So it's like if you had a dream and you forgot what you dreamed of, that energy from spirit world, that energy coming close to you, the impressions are there. It's now part of that electromagnetic field, and your body's processing it in the way that you need it to process to your personal journey. Everything that you get is for self and for personal, and not everything requires you to go save the world. It just kind of gives you that peace of mind to say, okay, heads up, feeling this. Thank you. I love it, and I give it gratitude. Yeah, we got a lot of. It looks like we got all kinds of connections.
The dreams. So,
I
so Valerie,
know.
yeah, find someone who specializes in dreams, or find even a psychic medium who is more proficient in dream work, because sometimes there are wonderful mediums who actually naturally have that space very open to them, or psychics that have that space very open to them, and you do train yourself. Like, I know that the number one way to train yourself is to journal about your dreams,
Mm-hmm.
and you go, okay, I experienced that, and you're making the unconscious or subconscious conscious. You have to train yourself how
Right,
to go, okay, I'm working in this realm, so how do I remember it, keep track of it, and start to
right,
understand it? It's the same way of working with spirit. You build that muscle. So you have to build that muscle.
right.
Um,
And I
mhm.
think that's perfectly said. If you're making the intent before you go to bed to be shown, then keep a journal next to you when you wake up. I remember one of my trans teachers' friends, he would say, okay, you had to create a symbol to spirit world to say, okay, I want to be connected in this way to spirit through my dreams. And he would just kind of like play with his fingers to give that intuitive nudge to say, okay, come on, you have my permission. And then just kind of start to work through your dream state, and then have a book next to you, because we don't remember everything. It comes in so quick. So yeah. Kelly, great topic.
Someone's like, yeah, someone, they're people, like, I'm telling you, the dream world, like, it's speaking, messages from spirit or premonitional energy. It's great. Okay, so let's go back into readings, unless people really want to talk about some dream questions.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, like Jenny's talking about, I love to figure out what my dreams mean. So if you want to pop
Right.
down some of your dreams, everybody, we can tune into the energy of it too. We're happy to
Oh
do that.
Lord, check her out.
It's just
Get it,
whatever
girl.
we're feeling. Okay. So, okay, there's readings up top. We started talking. So anyone who would like a reading, just pop down your name. Someone says open, but I can't. Do you see their name? Because I know
Oh, let
there's
me.
some names.
Can you all, for everyone that's in here, let's do this because people come in and out. Can you say your name, where you're from, and that way, even on Facebook, we know exactly where you are. And who you are. Thank you, Jenny, for being here. Thank you for your comment. Excited, ready to dream every night. Strange for as a kid to love to go to bed. Yeah, everybody loves the dreams. That's for sure.
Exactly. And
Would you? Do you remember like when you get downloads or you're dreaming and then it's like you spend your whole day trying to figure out what spirit was trying to tell you?
Yes.
So don't let it consume
Yes.
you guys. Just take a moment to say, okay, this is what happened. Because in the beginning, it gets so exciting. And I'm like, I want to figure this out. What are they telling me?
What is happening? Or when you get really excited in the dream world because you're like, oh, this is something important, or this is like fantastic. What happens is you start enacting your lucid dreaming, and then you control the dream, and you're like, oh,
Right.
like,
That's
but I wanted to play out, or I wanted to show me this. Like, what, why? I don't want to be conscious now. Like,
Right.
so you have to learn how to maneuver in the dream
Right.
realm.
Heaven is
It's
watching
like,
y'all.
driving a car. Sometimes it's stick shift. Why isn't it working? Okay,
Right.
go ahead.
So yeah.
Jenny.
So I just pulled a card and that it says heaven is watching you. So I
Ooh.
love Jenny. I knew that you did that all the time because I felt like I had to say, don't let it bother you because it gets so exciting and we get pulled in and then we don't do the dishes or the clothes washing and all the grounding things that we need to do because we're like, this dream just came to me and it's going to be amazing and let's figure it all out. And it's part of it all. It's awesome. So just know that the energy is definitely there with you when you wake up with it. So Allison Moody from the UK, girl, thank you for being here. Luke, thank you for being here. I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's do some readings. Do you want to go where you're guided to go?
Oh, however, do you want to pick? Do I want to pick? However you want to go.
Oh, Lorraine Clark is here. Hi, Lorraine. Thank you for being here, Lorraine. I'll be on Lorraine's page on the 6th. Thank you so much, Lorraine, for being here. I love this. This is super cool. Super cool. Okay, so hi, Eva, UK. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say for Jenny, I was kind of getting like this is a time where it's really important to go within because there's been like a lot of high emotions and the spirit world is helping you process that. So it's been a mixture of slowing down, sometimes dealing with kind of the more sadness emotions, and when we don't know where to turn, sometimes the spirit world does facilitate helping us how to remember and to look onto that. And sometimes, a dream will open up that space where we don't want to think about it in the real world, and the dream will open up the space and be like, actually, that's not so bad. That was very loving, or I was just guided to remind myself of that. And I feel, thank you, Jenny. So I feel like that's been a space that the spirit world is encouraging to facilitate with her at this time.
Right. I agree with you on that. I feel like it's more, not only, and as you notice, the energy just dropped. And so you can feel the gentleness of that as it comes closer. And that's just that's a place where you're able to receive, where it's not in that like, oh my gosh, what was that? Right. It's a gentle impression.
Like snow falling down.
I could feel that with you when you just did that. So beautifully said. Okay, so Paul, I want to go to Paul, and we'll start with Paul, and we'll do some readings here. Paul from Scotland, thank you so much for being here. Paul and Luke are together. They're amazing. They do some wax readings, and they are on the Lorraine's page as well. So if you don't follow Signs of the Afterlife on Facebook, they are on Facebook. Amazing group to follow. Safe Travels, Paul, is what I'm getting. So I love that the Safe Travel card just pops off. St. Christopher and for love. Love is there. So as you travel, clearly you've been talking about visiting family. I feel like I'm going in the car and I'm going for a ride. And as I see you both kind of like chatting up, like, no, you do this, I'll drive, I'll go here. And so it's kind of like, take that pause, acknowledge one another, and see who wants to do what. Because I feel like there's certain road trips or stops that need to be made. And I feel like not everyone wants to do those stops. And so it's kind of, be aware of each other's needs and wants is a sense I get as you plan this trip. Blessings of abundance is on your way. So I do feel that this is going to be for work. I do feel that there's going to be some deeper messages that are going to be delivered as I feel into that. Manage your stress, because all of a sudden I feel like it could be overwhelming as my body just starts to fill into my arms. A woman steps forward in my awareness, feels very much like a mother, and I feel this woman just brings a blanket of protection. She's just saying that she's got you. So I know that you must get a little bit anxious when you work, or there's a little bit of a fire of energy that's just making me feel like the ignite of like getting you into the power, going to visit Luke's mom. Oh, God bless you. Wow. So this is for both of you. And so it's being mindful of each other's needs and where you want to stop. And I get the sense that there's support and protection there that's coming through. But I also feel for work is like when the energy hits you and you get that hit, just breathe through it and let it ground the energy for you. So it's like they're super proud of you. A gentleman makes me feel that they're super proud of you, which feels very much like a father. And I'm working with Luke now, and I feel this gentleman may have not been able to express his feelings to you at some point. I'm going back to the month of September and October as a very significant, oh, I love that, as very significant months. And I feel like just support in your work, support in your work. And it's not like they haven't physically expressed it, but I'm feeling it spiritually coming in the gratitude of what you guys are doing. There's an honor and respect. They're making me feel in mom's house. There's a picture of you on the mantle. I feel like it's a wooden type of like entertainment center, and I feel the TV there, and I feel like your picture's there, and dad is there, and I just feel like an honor and respect is coming to you. So God bless. I leave you with that, and they're just a lot of respect and honor. Safe travels, and thank you for the little mini read that I was able to do for both of you. Our work is fully spiritual. I love that. And they're just showing me the gratitude. I see the dog right there. I see the door open. I see the door. I see the dog, and I see the keys there. I see a little couch and these sheer kind of like curtains, and I feel like mom would sit in the corner and would be knitting, and I see the green around her, so I can see her coming in, and I feel like there's a fireplace on the side, and it's like, go get the wood, and like, let's have the fire, and let's eat some pie, and I can see all that. But I also know that your mother had little knickknacks or little bells and things like this, and there's a specific, I feel like almost like I wanted to go to a bell, but then they moved it to a cup. So I know that there's a specific teacup that she loves to have. And so I know that she would have had a little shake when she would come and sit down with you. So she's very hospitable, and I feel like she's cleaning the chairs and like, sit here and like, tell me how your day was. She's just a love. She's just a treat is how I feel into her in essence. So thank you. Just letting me hold that little space for you both. And I know Callie may be adding to this too. So go ahead, Callie.
Sure. No. So I saw her like sitting down in her chair and kind of like directing, and this feels like a woman who, at least I'm seeing in the home, is very like casual and is not afraid to like, walk around the house with her rollers and like a robe. And she's just like, this is my house, and like, this is what I'll do what I'll please. I'll take care of the ones that I love, but also direct the ones that I love. So very like open lady, but she'll tell you what how it is at the same time. And just so proud, so proud. I feel like, she's a talker. Like, again, like, I just hear her talking, I see her pointing, I see her directing, and she just gives like these open, big hugs. And that's what she's giving to you, like from the spirit world. She's like, you did it. Come here, come in, like, for a hug. Come on. So it's just like the encouragement and the enthusiasm. And I believe this is like for Paul, like there's a lot of like congratulations in order. Like there's a lot of ambitions that are coming to like term. So there's going to be a lot of congratulations and outward celebrations within work, and that's going to propel things forward. And know that like once you are acknowledged, like that forever will stay with you in your heart. If there are roads to travel where all of a sudden the work is even better, but the acknowledgments aren't coming, remember that it's there, no matter if someone sees it or not, or chooses to praise you or not. So this is what I feel like. You're coming into yourself on a new level. And so once you come into yourself, you have to know that even though things are changing, that intrinsically, like, you are shining for the better, no matter if the next chapter like is sometimes not acknowledged the way that you expect it to be. Okay. So I just see like things are getting better, things are getting better. And then you have like a certain kind of plan that you're planning out. And the plan is not going to go 100% to plan. It's still going to open up. It's still going to get better, but it's almost going to cause you to scratch your head at times. And the people around you, you're going to think you're like, I thought I would have gotten more support, you know, like these people are rooting for me. I thought I've gotten more support. And it's just like things are shifting and settling and becoming. Okay. So just enjoy that and celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself and celebrate the other people around you. And you will celebrate yourself in a specific way. And then you'll celebrate others in a specific way. And all of you have different needs that you'll tend to. So learn how to really tend to your needs and learn how to actually specifically tend to the other needs around you. And I feel there's going to be much abundance and happiness because it's the marrying of career, self, and family, and the way that you are compassionate on the spiritual and psychic level too. All that gets married very beautifully going forward next year. So I'm feeling this.
Right.
So Paul said moms in spirit. Talks nonstop, always in her ear. She likes it that way. Our work is all working for spirit. That makes sense. Oh yes, definitely. Paul does spirit art and I read the crystal ball. That makes sense.
Love it.
I feel like the last thing I'll say really quick, and I'll send it right back over to you. Like Luke, I feel like you're like the more supportive energy. With Paul, like you have like this fire. So it's like water and fire, and Luke's like the water and Paul's like the fire. And so just support and balance each other, support and balance.
Mhm.
Okay. So I could say a lot with that, but I'm going to give it back over to Debbie.
They're so cool, right? The energy of both of them, how they just bounce off of each other, and then their mothers are just so supportive. Paul, Luke, God bless your journey. You guys are amazing souls. Shout out to you guys. Always hooking it up and taking care of the community and spirit. I know these two flow on Lorraine Clark's page. So if you follow on Facebook, Lorraine, I believe it is the Signs of Afterlife. So that's the page that they both flow on. They do wax readings. And so these wax readings are amazing. If anybody hasn't had a chance to watch someone do the wax readings, they're phenomenal. They have like 3 colors, and then they bring a little iron to the wax paper and you can read it. And they read them. And so I had a lady named Michelle Muffat come in, and she's done that on my page, and we're supposed to bring her back, but be open to people who are doing these wax readings. It's so cool, and the unfoldment when they're doing them and the colors that they bring in, it's awesome stuff. I haven't read mine yet, been super nonstop, but trust me, I got a glance at it, and you actually sent me the message, so I appreciate the message. So thank you so kindly for that gift.
I'm excited. I'm curious now. I got to go check this out. And thank you so much as well, Luke and Paul. Thank you so much.
Yeah, right on. Thank you guys. Okay, so where are you guided to go, Kelly?
Okay, I'm gonna go up. I'm guided to go to evil. Let me make sure she asked for a reading. Okay.
You got another Pristin Haitapas. Can you block that one too? Because
I got another one. Where is it? I don't. One. Oh, I see it. Okay.
I'm gonna teach you after we're done how to correct that. That doesn't happen for
all the things. I didn't catch that one because I was looking for up. I see names, but I'm making sure they consented to readings because I always double check.
Okay. So again, for those that are on Facebook, name, where you're from, so Callie can see who you are. Thank you, Callie.
So Erica, and then make sure you say, I'm open for a reading, okay? So make sure you're saying I'm open for a reading because, like Yvonne, if you're open for a reading, we can go back to you for a second, but I didn't see that you were open, but I saw all of a sudden I gravitated to you. So Erica says she's open. Erica Neva, do you see her? Mm-hmm. Just making sure you see her.
Okay. Erica is amazing. I'm so glad you got her.
Okay, cool. Oh, there she is. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna just get into the energy for Erica. Okay, so I do feel like Erica, this is like a time where things are busier because I immediately just like see you in your car and you're going like a little bit too fast. Okay. Mm-hmm. So like, sometimes I go a little bit too fast too, but it's like I'm in a rush a little bit. I'm in a rush or I have an excitement. And I feel like it's just calm down and I feel like you are a person, and I'm just aware, I'm just in your mind for a second. Like, I just feel like I'm a planner and I have all these plans and I like to have things be done in a certain way. But again, I'm going a little bit too fast. So I'm kind of just riding by the seat of my pants, especially like this month. Okay. And she says she's laughing. She's like, sometimes. Um, and I feel like, yeah, the number one thing, I know this sounds like kind of generic out the gate, so forgive me, but like the number one thing that I'm really getting is like this mental quickness, like in this productivity. So it's like the reminder of like to meditate, the reminder of come back to a space, because I feel like there's a space within your home where it's like you've lit incense or a candle and you're like, this is my spot where I go. And this is in the past in your home. This is my spot where I can kind of just go, all right, I'm here, I've meditated, I've connected in a certain way, and that hasn't happened in a while. And I feel like the need for all this purple that needs to come back into your life, like the certain state of being, because it's like life goes just a lot just simpler and easier when you enact like this spiritual connection and this spiritual force, and you absolutely have it. And the journaling comes in right after you meditate too. If you can understand this, like some people like do certain things in a certain order, and I feel like you meditate and then journal. So there was like all these things, like all these considerations and feelings and processings that were just helping to make everything really smooth. And right now things are just going too fast, too fast. And it's just like, I don't know what it is. Like, is it like this little yappy dog like around that kind of is like, yep, 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 yep. And it's like it's like the animals are absorbing your energy, that like it's just going too fast. So like you're having kind of like these weird interactions too, like what's that, or like settle down. And I'm just, it's about the number one thing you can do to help like navigate the holidays is just breathe and go into this space again. And I feel like the world, if you can understand this, Erica, the world comes back into color, because it's been getting so fast at times it feels dull. Can you understand that? It's like sometimes you wake up and you're just like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, you know, like I'm not so excited about today, even though I actually have all these things ready. Okay. So it's
Right.
like enacting color back into your world through spirit and actually feeling the joy of, I'm busy with all these things. Let's go and get it.
Right.
I am. My two dogs get zoomies. The zoomies is, yeah, connected too, because it's like the energy's so high. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so for me, I just love that. I could feel the angels coming behind her, so she must have wanted some energy work or some healing, or like she's asked spirit to help. And so a woman steps forward, and I feel like this woman makes me feel like I'm making tamales or something. So I know that there is this like Nan or Nana. I feel like I'm connecting to dad's side of the family, and I feel like I'm on this white stove and I'm making these tamales, and like the dogs are running, and I feel like that active, like kids in the house. I want to have kids in the house playing. So I feel like, yeah, that's for help. Yeah, love. And so spirit is coming in forward behind you for some energy work, as you brought in the beautiful color purple, which is, to bring in that spirit connection and to bring in those connections to our crown, our thinking, our thoughts, our feelings, and all of that. And so, Erica, as I feel into that, I get this sense of comfort of knowing that you're not alone and there's support coming. So I'm glad that makes you feel good. As I feel into this energy, the breath of this woman comes closer to me, because there's a little bit of a sadness either that you've been experiencing. And so I feel like this is in reference to a gentleman. And so the spirit is coming in just to bring some upliftment. And so as the upliftment comes closer, I feel like Dia de los Muertos was an opportunity that you paused and you remembered them. As I feel, I'm looking at a memory table, and I'm looking at the colors of the orange, and I'm looking at the memories of the skulls and just the candy skulls, and just I feel like either you must love candy skulls and stuff like that, because that is what's being brought to my impression as my body starts to get a little bit of weak. I could feel the presence of an acknowledgement of family. I know that as they come closer to you, I don't know, I want to feed your dogs. Yes, you really do. I want to feed your dogs. So all of a sudden it's like, let me feed the dogs. So I feel like
I'm very excited. Yeah.
Obviously my bathroom is decorated with candy skulls. Thank you.
Wow. Nice hit. Nice hit.
Wow. And so I know like when they're coming in, it's just like you're walking in. I feel like you're doing all the right things as a girlfriend or a wife. I feel like you're holding down the home. And I feel like you're just a little hard on yourself, my love. And sometimes things are not always so perfect, so you must be a little bit of a perfectionist. And sometimes things are not always perfect, and things have to have order. And it's okay if it's a little scribble, or it's okay if there's a little mess. And so what I'm getting is to cut yourself some slack. I don't know if you're a nurse, but I felt like this nurse connection with you in some way, and I felt like you're this person that cares and takes care of things. It's like my mom's energy. She had lots of dogs. Oh wow, yes, you're a perfectionist. So they're just saying, don't be so hard on yourself. I feel like it's so cute because I've been wanting to get my ears pierced. I must be going through something here because I want to get my the more earrings done here and the nose piercing. And I feel like you're a girl that loves the earrings, and I feel like I want to acknowledge, like, okay, I gotta go. I'm on a time frame. Like, I know you're someone that's mindful of time. You're always going. You're in your uniform, and you're just walking back and forth. And this is just spirit saying they're with you. And so, with that being said, not a nurse, but I love helping others. It's so much easier. I could get that. It's like I'm helping. I'm running, and I feel like you're so on the go. Like, if I needed to go to the market for my mom, I would go. If I needed to go get some milk, I would go. If I needed to make sure the kids had their braces, I would take care of that. And so this loving, I would say, nourishing person that you have is a beautiful trait. And that same gift that you give, I want to give back to you for self-care, self-love. Without earrings, I feel like a boy. So I love earrings. They were making me feel like I had to have my earrings, like with you. You had to have them, and they were just acknowledging this with you. And so it's really cool that they're just like being with you in this moment. And so take care of thyself. Take care of your needs. Everyone else will follow your lead. So whatever you're needing, let them come close and let them do their part. There's no need to be. I feel like sometimes when we speak, they're heard more when we're softened. When we're soft spoken, the words can be heard more. So how the tone comes in, if you not feel that you're being heard, they're saying to soften the voice or to bring it into a gentler way. So if there's something that is not being brought or received across as the feeling I get, I feel like just be gentle with how you bring that forward. So that's what I got for you. Be gentle with yourself, and it's okay if things get a little messy. Don't worry about it. They got you. So the healing comes in. I feel like you should have gotten some gentle calmness around your body, around the spine. I feel it very calming for you. So I hope the energy that you receive with the colors to sustain you for the rest of your day. God bless.
I think, yes, I feel like that was right on point too with everything, because like with the earrings, I was like, oh, she likes shiny things. She likes shiny things. And like she'll wear them in different ways, but she has a predisposition to like, like jewelry and feeling feminine with the jewelry, but she like mentioned that. So, and her energy is like a little bit like more fiery and harder at times. And so, yes, like to be okay with, like things going a little bit more gentler and receiving and trusting. And when you were bringing in like I believe she said mom because you were bringing in a lady, like I feel like it was connected to grandma and mom, so it's
Yeah,
like generational
was
energy.
both. Mm-hmm.
I was hearing like da, 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 da.
Yeah.
like because it was like go 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 go. It's like that, but it's like they train the women to like, you get stuff done, you get stuff done, that's how you're useful, you get stuff done. And so there's that, like that's where the perfectionist comes in, or that's where her fire comes in to get stuff done. And it's just like, she has to learn about like it's okay, like she has all the skills so much that she can actually attract that job to her very easily, very naturally. I don't see her having any problems in that department. It's just a matter of like, when you're ready, go out and get it and just know that it's going to go well. Cause I don't have any qualms. Like she gets it. She's on top of it. Okay. And it's just like, like with the energy of da, 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 right? It was like kind of like, let's dance, but like, let's dance, like they were on it, but they got down and they had fun. If you can,
Mm-hmm.
if you know that, like it was all about, just movement. And it's just like, hey, just they're coming in to remind you that yes, you're on top of things and that's who you are, but they're reminding you to dance. And if you're not having fun, just you get back into the dancing, and that's where the movement of life comes from. And they just want you to live. It's like, we just want you to live, honey, like we just want you to live. We just want you to live, okay? And that's the healing energy.
I love that.
Okay, yes, they did.
I
yes,
love
they did.
them. I literally see them toasting and having their little drinks of wine, and they're all together on this deck. And yeah, like this, I'm getting taken to a hall. So yeah, we can go on, and the love that they have. Oh my God, God bless you, Erica. You are a firecracker. I appreciate your support showing up all the time on my lives. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to follow Kelly Brickle, y'all. She's doing amazing things with her podcast. Don't forget to give my girl a follow. For those that are in here, some likes, some shares, and some follows for Kelly Brickle. That would be amazing.
Thank you. And shout out to Debbie with all she's doing. My goodness, my goodness. Thank you so much. Do you want to take one last quick one, like a card pull, and then we'll end it like that?
Okay, you want to do a collective card pull?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, okay.
Whatever you want. Let's do one card pull, and I'm gonna, however you're feeling, whether it's collective or that's how we'll end it.
Okay, so let's do collective. A collective message I was guided to pull from my angelic light work. Phil, like angelic light work card deck. And I need to put my glasses on because the writing in here is so soft.
It's soft and sweet like you.
Yeah. Freeing the threads of connection. Ooh. How do you
Oh, wow, you're right. It is soft. I can't even.
It's just like the sun releasing, right, with all the colors. So for me, there's a pink, there's a purple, there's white, and there's just this beautiful purple. Freeing the threads of connection. Where do you feel exactly where the energy, what we just spoke of, right? Like I'm being brought back to the energy, the threads, the energy that we feel of so much. It's like the threads are releasing. So that's a lot of healing, a lot of energy that we all receive today. So give yourself permission to breathe through the energy as the sun hits you from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. As the angelic world comes closer, allow them to impress within your energy field the love of spirit and for self. Give yourself an opportunity to be free to do what your heart desires as you're releasing the energy within the space, right? You're going to give yourself permission to fill into the technologies of love. If you're looking at the downloads, imagine if you're the computer and the computer is coming in, as we go into the data of others, allow the love to be downloaded into that space. So Crystal Shay, if you can send a request for that one there. So just fill into the love, and then release the thinking and all the old. Let the old go as you release. So what a beautiful card. Don't worry, Eddie, you can always find us again. Kelly Brickle goes live. You go every week, Kelly, on your psychic hours?
Yes, I'm back. I was in Seattle, so I was gone for a little bit. But yes, every week, usually twice a week, for readings and guests. And then Debbie, you have circles. I think you're on hold for the holidays. We have classes always. And what shows are you doing? And what events are you having besides what we're gonna reiterate?
I know, right? So this Saturday, I have an event where I'm going to be going live with Jennifer, not live. We're going to be on Zoom on Deb King's Circle. Jennifer Rose and I will be holding space in honor of spirit. So I'm really looking forward to that this Saturday. I believe it's at 11 or 11:30, which will be on my flyer. If you follow me on IG or Facebook, the flyers will be sent out. You can find me on TikTok. That'll be on there as well, or my YouTube channel. Next week, I believe I'll be a guest on another church on Thursday. Oh my gosh, I got quite a bit of different events happening. You'll have to follow my page to kind of get them because, oh, good job, Liz. I'll see you in there on Saturday. So I know that I have 2 events happening next week. I believe I'm going to be doing, I'm trying to think, Kirsty is who I'm going to be on her group on Thursday, and I believe that's going to be at 11, which is a church demonstration that I'll be holding space in honor of spirit. So there's quite a bit of different things, and of course, as we go into December, you and I will be flowing on the 16th at 7, and lots of things happening. One, I'm really excited. I'm excited for all of them. But what I will be holding space for on Transcend with Debbie is my dear friend Sheila Martin, Simon, and Anne will be joining me in honor of spirit for the holidays. And so we'll open up in prayer. We'll also address the community, and we'll open up for mediumship. So there's a lot of different things that are happening, and you guys can just follow and go into my tree link so that you don't miss anything. So thank you, Kelly, for giving me that opportunity to share.
Absolutely. And you can find her at transcendwithdebbie.com to connect with her further. I'm going to do one real quick collective
Yes,
card, and
girl.
then
Yes.
okay. So, woo! I just hit something. I got the rock bottom card, but I got it upside down.
Oh,
So, collectively, this is basically a really nice message because it means that we've hit our rock bottoms a couple times this year in various forms, but we are on the upswing. We're on the upswing, like it actually starts to rise in a way where it all makes sense of why we had to sink before we rose. And I do feel like there's going to be a lot of knowings in the world coming forth next year. And some of those might be turbulent, but the knowings and not the mystery is present, and so it helps to sharpen the knowings of ourselves. So there's a lot of things getting ready to actually change and transform, and we're on the upswing with the world, whether or not it seems like it at times. We are redefining who we are as spiritual beings and how we want to help and hold space for others on a larger scale. So rise up and do that. Use your rock bottom as a launch to help people be rested.
beautifully said. Jennifer Rose has been here the whole time. All of you for been holding space. Beautiful message, Kelly. I love that. There's, as Liz says, there's only one way, and it's up. So
We'll take it. We'll
we'll
take
take
it.
it. Thank you,
And
Liz.
so we're going to really quick again talk about the holiday events,
Right.
an evening with spirit, psychic mediumship gallery.
Yeah.
And what do you want people to know about the event if they would like to come on the 16th?
So one, for those who've already purchased their tickets, thank you. We appreciate the support. Thank you. I know Melinda's here. I know Jennifer's here, and my Orange County family that are going to be out there, friends. I'm really grateful to be able to come together in person, to give that hug, to give the hello, the smiles in person. Is so needed for all of us as a community to be able to come back into that sacredness as one, right? One, it's an opportunity that you, Kelly, have given me to be part of your event, which is in your hometown, in your sanctuary of Tustin, Orange County. And so I'm just really looking forward to some fun, some laughter, smiles, and just to hold space and honor a spirit and for the community. So if you know someone who has been wanting a reading from a loved one, that is wanting that connection, that energy, that frequency, please come, because Kelly and I are here to hold space and honor of spirit. And that is a gift to be a service. And so I thank you, Kelly, for letting me share that gift on your platform.
Oh, we're doing it together, sweet synergy. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing us to have the event. Thank you, Debbie, for being with me here. And please, anyone who feels like they would like a message in person for us, come down to the Sanctuary Wellness Center in Tustin, California on the 16th. And that's going to be at 7 o'clock on a Saturday, a December 16th. So we're looking forward to seeing you. And thank you so much, Debbie, for being here. I always give the guests the last word before we part. So as we close, what comes to mind? And then we will bid adieu with love.
Thank you for that. And I think what comes to mind is I always love the power of love. To remember to love yourself exactly the way you are in this exact moment, in the power of now. As you radiate that love for self, that love is continued to create that ripple effect for others. As you hold space by just simply being you, don't forget to shine, don't forget to smile, and be kind. And of course, always stay humble. Much love. And I leave you with the word of compassion and grace for self and others as you come together in honor of Thanksgiving, family, friends, and for those that are in spirit world, let's just pause in a moment as you invite them to cook with you. Set them a table of a plate to eat with you, as you can feel the impression that we are truly the oneness with them by your side. Remember the laughters, remember the TV shows, the football games, the yells and the celebrations and all the goodness that comes with the times together with your loved ones, because they are simply that thought away. Be gentle with yourself, sending you so much love for those who may feel not heard or loved or feel alone. You are never alone. The spirit world is always next to you. So I leave you my love, and I thank you kindly, Kelly, for just letting me hold space for this moment today with you and the community.
Absolutely. What a beautiful community. Whether on earth or in spirit, happy Thanksgiving, everybody from our part of the world. And please go with love, luck, light. And don't forget to live. Thank you so much, Debbie, for being here with us today. I'm
Thank
going to
you
say
for
goodbye to everybody.
Bye.